Sony, Canon, Nikon. Y'all better watch your back. Y'all better watch your back, especially Sony. I'm a Sony user. But I'm telling you now, Panasonic is coming for your next. Watch your back. Let me tell you about my YouTube camera journey. I started a channel back in 2016 called Reality Dad TV. I wanted it to be like a vlog because I was a single father raising my kids on my own. It didn't pop off. However, I went from naming it Reality Dad TV to Harrison Family Vlogs. It didn't go anywhere. To now Harrison Family Values. But the first camera I used for that channel was called the Samsung NX30. I got it because I didn't feel like paying the price of the Canon cameras that was popular at the time used by Casey Neistat. The NX30 did everything that that camera did, except the audio was pretty bad on that camera. So I traded that camera in and got the Lumix G7 by Panasonic. Love that camera. Love that camera. And I went from that camera and bought the Lumix G85. I had both those cameras. I love those cameras. But the problem was the autofocus. The autofocus was complete garbage. Basura, okay? Garbage. And I was like, I need reliable autofocus. And then I went and got me the Sony 6400, the A6400, an APS-C camera that I fell in love with, which caused me to get 2 extra Sony A6600s and then trade one of those in to get the Sony ZV-E1, and then trade my other 6600 in to get the Sony FX30. Yes, I am an APS-C exclusive Sony user, okay? Now, but before I wasn't. I love Sony. I love everything that they have done. I like how all the other camera companies are playing catch up to Sony, except for this specific camera here by Panasonic. Panasonic is killing the game, and they're coming for everybody's neck. That Panasonic Lumix S5 Mark II, woo, woo. I'm not going to keep you long, okay? I will probably never get this camera because, again, I shoot exclusively with APS-C body cameras and Sony. And until another company come out with an APS-C brand type of camera, Super 35 camera, that is equivalent or better than Sony's, I'm sticking with Sony. But I got to be honest with you. That Lumix S5 Mark II has got my antenna raised just a little bit. And let me tell you how they did this, all right? Sony came out with the Sony ZV-E1, which I was considering. I really was considering. It has the same sensor as a Sony FX3 and the A7S III. It's a great camera. Sony came out with that camera and was like, listen, we're about to kill the game. We're taking over the vlogging space, the content creation space. We finally have a decently priced for a full frame camera option for vloggers to use if they want to upgrade or do, better content, right? On a better sensor. Although it's a 12.1 megapixel sensor, it's a great sensor, dope in low light, all that stuff, right? And I feel like Panasonic was sitting in the cut like, yo, let's see what Sony does because we're going to release this camera, but let's hold off a little bit. So Sony released their full frame equivalent to the Sony ZV-E10, which I own, which I love. They priced it, and then Panasonic was like, okay, let's drop this camera, let's kill the game. And then they dropped the Lumix S5 Mark II, a full frame camera with almost everything that the ZV-E1 comes with, a viewfinder with a flip out screen. It's a great camera. Objectively speaking, a great camera. And they upgraded the autofocus. They have now upgraded autofocus that's on par with Canon and Sony. Panasonic is coming for y'all next. Coming for y'all next. It's not a game. It's not a game. Now listen, Panasonic came out with this camera and priced it at $2,297, $2,300 with the kit lens. With the kit lens. Without it, it's about $2,000 or $2,100, right? Without it. They did this after the Sony ZV-E1 was released. Listen, they ain't playing games. They say, you know what? Let's price this camera $200 less than what Sony is offering. It comes with a viewfinder that the Sony ZV-E1 does not come with. So content creators will more than likely buy this camera for these two reasons and these two reasons alone, or among others. It comes with a viewfinder, and it's way better than the viewfinder that the ZV-E1 don't have, and it's priced at $200 less. Now, Panasonic is playing chess in this game, and they're about to win this game unless Sony, Nikon, and Canon come out with an amazing camera. All right. Now, I know Sony is probably going to release the upgrade to the Sony A7C. Now, I doubt that they are going to price it less than the Sony ZV-E1. I don't even understand how they're going to have both of those cameras out at the same time. So I got to see what Sony is going to be doing. But I'm telling you now, Panasonic has set the bar high by setting the price of the Panasonic Lumix S5 low. Now, all the other camera companies are going to have to play catch up because now they have a beast of a vlogging camera, content creation camera, at a price that is less than the competitors for what it can give. Because I believe that Canon has full frame cameras that cost less than the Lumix S5II, but it doesn't come with everything that this camera comes with. So I'm telling you now, Panasonic is trying to take over. And I got to say, it's about time because they've been playing catch up. Like, they've been like running last in this race, but they're about to do it. So unless Sony steps up their game, then I'm telling you now, Panasonic just might take the lead in this content creation camera selling race because Lumix came out with a decent camera. Now, the Sony ZV-E1 is no slouch. It's a very good camera. It even does better, from my understanding, based on my research. It does better with low light, better in low light than the Lumix S5II. However, that price is rather attractive. And the fact that it comes with a viewfinder, and it's not the best viewfinder, but it's better than the one that the ZV-E1 doesn't have, where you can take photos, and even professional photos, if you do it right. It's going to be hard not to choose the Lumix over the ZV-E1. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? If you had your choice, if you had $2,500, right? Which camera would you rather buy? Would you rather get the Lumix S5II or the Sony ZV-E1? Leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. It helps YouTube share this video out, and it'll help the channel greatly. And yeah, subscribe and hit the bell notification so when I upload new videos, you know all about it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next video, I'm out. Peace.